After Moon Jin ate the bowl of glass shard shaved ice, karma truly let her go, and she no longer had to endure the suffering karma brought. She passed away right after. The very next day, the news reported, recently, a shaved ice shop owner in the Enrogo area put glass shards in shaved ice and indiscriminately attacked a customer. This horrific terrorist attack resulted in the death of 16-year-old Moon Jin. The prosecution is investigating the case with the shop owner, Mr. Lee, on charges of aggravated assault, and he has been detained. The scene shifts to Karma. She was smiling, as expected. Chocolate smoothies are the best. They're happy, right? Then she turned to Liang Jun. Stepfather, what if the shop owner hadn't confessed? Karma doesn't want to go back to juvenile detention. You don't need to worry about that. Since it's considered aggravated assault and not premeditated murder, the case is over. According to my lawyer, the maximum expected sentence is 8 years. I promised him I would clear his 1.7 billion debt and pay him 8 billion after taxes in exchange for 8 years in prison. So he won't betray us, as expected of South Korean capitalism. At that moment, Manager Baek spoke up. By the way, Karma, how did you predict that Moon Jin would eat your shaved ice and not her own? You're not a mind reader. How did you know that? What? How? Of course, I put glass shards in both bowls. The top was real shaved ice and the bottom was glass. From the beginning, no matter which one she ate, her fate was sealed. So, that's how it was. That's why I was quite disappointed. If right after eating the shaved ice she had discovered that she also had to eat the mango shaved ice, I was really curious to see how she would react. But that little brat couldn't even finish one bowl. So boring. Hearing Karma's casual explanation of her plan, Manager Baek broke out in a cold sweat. At times like this, I realized that Yoon Gurim is truly a psychopath. She's just like a mischievous little sister. Just then, Karma suddenly started crying. Manager Baek was shocked. What? Why are you suddenly crying? Karma stammered. I suddenly miss Moon Jin. I remember the days we used to have so much fun together. It's heartbreaking to think that we'll never be able to play together again. But that expression, the expression on her mother's face when she was dying, I was so overjoyed. I couldn't bear it. I miss you so much, Moon Jin. At that moment, Liang Jun asked, anyway, it's been 4 days since my final revenge plan. What's the progress on the matter related to Moon Yun's parents? Hearing this, Manager Baek began to present his report. The scene shifts to a place where angry citizens were protesting. Corrupt hospital ridiculous. Corrupt hospital director, resign, resign. Elsewhere, a reporter was saying, I'm currently in front of the 2 general hospital buildings. This place is crowded with civic groups protesting the corruption in the hospital, along with reporters here to cover the incident. It all stems from the corruption scandal of the hospital director, Moon Pedro, which was revealed by a whistleblower yesterday. Director Moon Pedro is accused of colluding with a representative of the ruling party's Yontak to use influence to pressure the local government. Reporters have repeatedly requested access to the scene, but the hospital has continuously refused, setting restrictions on outsiders entering the hospital to ensure patient stability. Meanwhile, hospital director Moon Pedro is said to be with his wife, holed up inside the director's office. Inside the office, Moon Yoon's mother was crying and stammering. It's all Liang Jun's fault. Moon Yoon died so tragically. All because of Liang Jun. He must have hired Yoon Gurim or someone to make Moon Yoon eat that shaved ice. Her husband replied coldly. Don't make baseless accusations. There's no evidence. Evidence? Don't you think the timing of your corruption scandal is suspicious? You know it well. This is also the work of Liang Jun. That's right. It's all my fault. If I hadn't told her to go to the academy that day, this wouldn't have happened. No, from the beginning, if I hadn't treated Moon Yun so harshly, she wouldn't have become a bully. Everything was destroyed by my arrogant parenting. After cursing and blaming her husband, his wife grabbed her handbag and left. I'm going back to my parents' house. Prepare the divorce papers. I'll take care of the rest regarding Moon Yun. Goodbye. After his wife left, the husband was alone in the room. He was trying to suppress his anger. He thought, my wife, who was always busy gossiping at social gatherings, didn't even remember Moon Yun's elementary school graduation, and she dares to talk like that. I watched over my daughter more closely than anyone else because she was just like me. Moon Yun inherited both her excellent academic ability and her violent tendencies from her father, me. Of course, I did my best to nurture her academic talent and curb her violent tendencies. Taekwondo was just one of the ways I thought could help her release her aggression. Did I push her? No, I just tried to discipline her strictly, just as my parents once did with me. My daughter, who inherited my temperament, would surely live a successful life without becoming a criminal. I thought that was the only way for her to live a better life than me. The director of Tuan General Hospital, this was the only path I knew. Moon Yun, why did you stray from the path I had laid out for you, from the path I had guided you on, the love I had for you, the love I had for you? At that moment, he looked down from his office window and heard the shouts, "Corrupt hospital director! Resign! A congressman who is a hospital director. How can you comfortably continue your money, karmis, with politicians while neglecting patients? Resign." Up above, he was still sitting there thinking, anyway, it will all end like this, it's all just futile. Just then, someone opened the door and walked into the room. Hearing the door open, he shouted angrily, "I gave clear orders to the security staff to prevent outsiders from entering." A female voice replied, "I'm not an outsider to him." Hearing the voice, he was slightly surprised and turned his head. "You must understand why I am here, right?" "Yes," he replied. "You're surely here to silence me, to prevent me from revealing who is really behind this land corruption scandal. Congressman Cha, it seems you've decided to cut ties with me and the pitiful congressman. As usual, you will threaten me by involving my family. Will Congressman Cha's usual method of silencing people work on me? My wife has announced her intention to divorce and has returned to her parents' house. And my daughter was buried at the church cemetery last week. There's no family left to threaten, so what will you do if I don't keep quiet? What will you do to me? Rely on your relationship with Seo King and Bison, or will you desecrate our daughter's grave at the church cemetery? I can at least end the pain you're feeling right now forever." Hearing this, Moon Yoon's father fell into deep thought. Then he continued, "I understand your meaning. Tell Congressman Cha I will save him the trouble of silencing me. By the way, there's something I've been wondering about for a long time. Are you really Congressman Cha's person? Although Congressman Cha occasionally checks on my information through you, I've never actually seen him with you. Maybe you're not Congressman Cha's person, but what about Cheshun?" Hearing his questions, the woman stood there smiling. "You will soon remember nothing. Don't be too curious. Yes, I guess I've heard enough of an answer. Just in case, my wife doesn't know anything because I was helping her save effort. I believe you won't go to my wife. Just watch. Watch me keep my promise." At the same time, outside, many people were trying to rush inside. "Please let us film. Wait a minute. Let's meet the hospital director. Let's interview the hospital director." At that moment, someone looked up at the sky and was stunned. It wasn't just a random person, it was Moon Yoon's father on the roof. Seeing him, everyone started shouting in unison, "Wait, what's that up there? Isn't that him? Why is the doctor on the roof of the building? But that person, it can't be!" As the crowd's words trailed off, Moon Yoon's father slowly closed his eyes and then threw himself off the roof. The crowd below witnessed the entire event, frozen in shock. When his body hit the ground, everyone present was horrified. Screams erupted everywhere. People were told to turn off their cameras to avoid traumatizing the viewers watching live. Time passed. The scene shifts to Liang Jun. He was sitting alone in his office. Manager Baek entered and said, "Mr. Vice Chairman, is something worrying you?" "No," Liang Jun replied. "I was just thinking about Haine's diary, about the day when all the tragedy began, September 6th, 2023, the first day of the school violence against Laihina. I hid." In the flashback, Haina was tied up on the ground, and a girl was saying angrily, "Damn it, so you're saying that Muna, the loser we were teasing before, is a third-generation Cable? If you're a Cable's daughter, you should at least show it a little." A girl was pulling her hair and screaming, damn it, what a messed up situation. We just beat up that brat, and it turns out she's a Cable's daughter. This isn't a joke, is it? Hey Mon, did you investigate thoroughly, or did you get something wrong? Lee Haina, is she the only daughter of Liang Jun, the vice chairman of the Haiyan Group? How many times do I have to tell you? Take your phone and look it up yourself, it's definitely true. Lee Hina, if she was a Cable's daughter, she should have at least shown it a little. Why pretend to be poor like that? Hearing them talking, Hina, lying on the ground, stammered, I just wanted to be like everyone else and make friends normally." Hearing this, Yoonjin backed away in fear. "Oh my god, what should we do? It seems she really is a Cable's daughter. If so, aren't we all screwed?" "Don't say that. Leave me out of it. I didn't do anything to her. Why should I be dragged into your mess and suffer for it? Shut your mouth. Haven't you heard the saying? To stand by and watch is to be an accomplice? You think you can get out of this yourself? So now you're trying to back out? If that Chabel's daughter seeks revenge, do you think she'll let you off the hook?" Hearing them arguing, Haina's voice came from the floor. "Hey guys, I really have no intention of seeking revenge. From the beginning, I wanted to resolve everything through conversation. I live alone now, so I don't have to worry about my father finding out I was beaten. I'm not seriously injured, so let's resolve this peacefully. Please let me go." Hearing Haina, Yoonjin also spoke up. "That's right guys, she said so let her go. She said she'll let it go. Why do we have to be so tense?" Hearing this, Moonjin called her a fool. "Are you really going to believe her? She's only saying that now. What if she comes back later and screws us over? No, I really won't do that. Even if those words are true, let's say she wants to let it go. But what about her father? Even if she lives alone, as a Chabel's daughter, do you think she doesn't have bodyguards around her? What we did will sooner or later be discovered. And as soon as her father finds out, we're definitely dead. We can't keep her locked up here forever. Then, damn it, what should we do now? That's why I'm telling you to think of a way to deal with this, you fool. Fool? Repeat that. You want to fight right now, guys? Why are you like this? Stop fighting. You being too sensitive. Calm down a bit. Okay, damn it, this is ridiculous. You guys are tiring me out. But Cha Seo-hyun told us to gather here. Where is he now? The one who started all this isn't even here. Damn it.